Okay, so this video is going to be about white people and how I believe your genetics influences your behavior today and shows up today. The genetics of your ancestors passed down influences your behavior today. Okay, um, you have a need to own, and I would not just land though. um, you want to own. You really still want to own people. If I'm being honest, you really still want to own people, but you have this need, and it's in you. It's ingrained. You have a need to be centered. Everything has to be centered around whites, whether it's what you want. It has to be centered around you, and that has been curated. It's been purposefully done throughout the time, and so media and everything has done that, and so you've grown accustomed to being centered, and now that things are slowly people are slowly decentering you, you're freaking out. You're having a whole problem. Oh my God, the star is not white. Like, why does that matter? And what? Imagine how other people have felt all these years when the star was always white. But you don't put yourself in other people's shoes because you have to be centered. Okay, the need to be in charge and be in control. Yeah, we see that with the orange guy and lots of white men. But as if no one else can do it better, or no one else, I don't know. It's passed down. It's in there though. The need to be in charge and be in control. And you see that a lot with the police officers. It's this ego, and they have to be in charge and they have to be in control, and it's you've really got to get over that. You really do. You really do. The need to dominate, and just completely, it has to be your way, the white way. It has to be the white way, and that's passed down. It's in there. It's in your genetics. It's passed down. To be your need to be in charge and be in control. And that you even see that in Karens. We call them Karens, but it's just basically usually a white person most times, but just feeling like they own the sidewalk, the street, the road, feeling like they own anything, and telling someone else what to do or how to do it. Like, calm down. But they feel like they have to be in control. They own it. They have to, even all this ICE stuff is just ridiculous. The fact that you came here as illegals, turned around, and now you're telling other people they're illegals, and you own the land. It's not even your land. You stole it. So if we're going to be real about some stuff, like, let's be for real. But it's in you to own, dominate, be in control. Like, that's ingrained. You've got to fix that. You've got to dig in there and dig it out, because that's not good. You have hate that's passed down. It's a lot of hate that's been passed down through in your genetics. A lot of you have hate towards people that you've never had any experience with. You haven't had very many experiences with Black people, especially a lot of you hillbilly, white people living off in the cut. You probably never even met a Black person in your life. So how can you be like, oh, you hate them? How can you hate someone you've never met? How can you hate people that you've never had any experiences with? And even if you had experience with a certain Black person, that does not mean that's a whole race of people, a whole people you're gonna hate because of one experience. Like, but it's not your hate. It's been passed down to you. And you really need to deal with it. You really do, because it's gonna kill you, and it's really killing our society. This negative hate, these negative things that have passed down through your genetics as a white person, because even when you identify yourself as white, you're taking ownership of all these negative things that have been passed down through those genetics, because you're technically not even that. You're not white. You're Irish, you're Italian, you're Polish. You're something way better, way greater than white. White is this hateful, I don't know if I can say that, white is a made up, this is all entertainment purposes, allegedly, because I get banned when I say things about white. Anybody else I can say about, but when it's about white, they ban it. But this is for a movie, yeah. And so, but see, I can't even talk freely on here because they ban. But anyways, it's a made up concept. So even when you adopt that identity, you're adopting everything that comes along with it, which is a lot of negative stuff. It really is. Whiteness has attributed so much hatred into the world. So much pain and suffering has come out of whiteness. So when you adopt that and you say, I'm white, you are adopting that identity and you're taking on that ownership. So you can't be like, oh, I'm white, and then be like, but I'm not to blame. You adopted it. You're the one calling yourself white. I'm sorry. Who called themselves that? You called yourself that. So when you call yourself that, you're also accepting the responsibility that comes along with that, and everything that they had to do to make whiteness what it is today. So you don't get to be, oh, I'm white, but I'm not responsible. I didn't own slaves, but you're white because people did own slaves. It's all connected. It's all connected. So you don't get to be like, oh, I want to enjoy the benefits of whiteness, but I don't want to have any accountability or responsibility for what they did to get us to this place. No. It's all engulfed. So it comes along with it. There's a great debt to be paid for all the atrocities that whiteness has caused, and it will be paid, whether you don't have to want to pay it or not. I mean, it's really not up to you, but it will be paid. And honestly, you need to have a reckoning. You need to have a come to Jesus moment where you repent for all the things that you've personally done in your own life, and for the things that your ancestors did to get you to this place. You need to stop calling yourself white, because it's a curse. And you need to start trying to make good on a lot of the things that have been done in the name of whiteness. That's all I really can say about that. Yeah, you really are the villain. Sorry to tell you that, but you really are. And you can accept it or not, but you are. And you really should start, whether you want to or not, you really need to start making good on all the things that your ancestors did. And shoot, I don't know. All right, well, this kind of went a little south. I didn't mean to go there, but the truth is the truth, and there you go. That's my thoughts on the genetics that have been passed down to white people thus far. But I'll keep going. You can put some more in the comments, and I'll keep going. I'll dig deeper. But anyways, there we are. Carry on.